For that, firstly, we'll see what is constructivism. There are lots of definitions for this approach. It actually depends on one's perspective. Basically, in education, we have two constructivisms. They are social and cognitive constructivism. Let's see what is the difference between these two concepts. First constructivism we have is cognitive constructivism. In this constructivism, Jean Piaget says that student comes into the classroom with different experience. Student A will differ from student B because they have different experiences. And as teachers or as parents, we don't need to support them because they will construct their knowledge independently. Whereas other approach, social constructivism, Lev Vygotsky says that we need to help learners to construct their knowledge. As facilitators or parents or else peers, we have to help them with our knowledge. As you can see in this picture, one student sees number 9 as number 9, whereas the other student sees it as number 6. So this is basically depends on how they see the number, their perspective. So that is the basic idea of cognitive or Jean Piaget's constructivism. On this picture, you can see a group discussion. One student helps to the other one. So this is basically what Lev Vygotsky says. In Jean Piaget's cognitive theory, Piaget proposed that children proceed through 4 stages based on maturation and experience. Children are active learners who construct knowledge from their environment. They learn through assimilation and accommodation, and complex cognitive development occurs through equilibration. The interaction with physical and social environment is key for cognitive development. Development occurs in stages. So what he says is, my theory of cognitive development is comprehensive and is the only perspective that should be viewed as correct. On the other hand, Lev Vygotsky says, my theory of cognitive development is the obvious choice for explaining how a child learns and develops. So the basic key points of his theory is children develop through informal and formal conversations with adults. The first few years of life are critical for development, as this is where thought and language become increasingly independent. Complex mental activities begin as basic social activities. Children can perform more difficult tasks with the help of a more advanced individual. Tasks that are challenging promote cognitive development growth. Play is important and allows children to stretch themselves cognitively. Now, let's see how we are going to apply this approach in our classroom. We all know, most of us have the experience of traditional classroom, where the teacher-centered classroom. So knowledge and experience comes from the teacher. And teacher is the one who gives these experience and knowledge to the students. But as you have seen, in constructivist approach, it is not the case. As Lev Vygotsky says, through peers, through collaboration, we can construct our knowledge. So it is something like teacher-centered classroom to student-centered classroom, where individuals and teachers collaborate their experience, knowledge and beliefs. So let's see, what is the role of the teacher? The educator should consider the knowledge and experiences students bring to class. Learners construct their knowledge through a process of active inquiry. Discovery is facilitated by providing the necessary resources. Knowledge is actively constructed and learning is presented as a process of active discovery. Provide assistance with assimilation of new and old knowledge. Learning programs should be sufficiently flexible to permit development along lines of student inquiry. Due to its interrespectivist nature, each student will interpret information in different ways. Create situations where the students feel safe questioning and reflecting on their own process. Present authentic tasks to contextualize learning through real-world, case-based learning environments. Support collaboration in constructing knowledge, not competition. Encourage development through intersubjectivity. Providing scaffolding and the right time and the right level. Provide opportunities for more expert and less expert participants to learn from each other. Then let's move to see what are the roles of students. The role of the students to actively participate in their own education. Students have to accommodate and assimilate new information with their current understanding. One important aspect of controlling their own learning process is reflecting on their experiences. Students begin their study with preconceived notions. Students are very reluctant to give up their established schema or ideas and may reject new information that challenges prior knowledge. Students may not be aware of the reasons they hold such strong ideas or schemata. Learners need to use and test ideas, skills and information through relevant activities. Students need to know how to learn or change their thinking or learning style. Because knowledge is so communally based, learners deserve access to knowledge of different communities. For students to learn, they need to receive different lenses to see things in new ways. Learners need guidance through the ZDP. In social constructivism, tutors and peers play a vital role in learning. So what are the other things you can do as a teacher? Encourage your students for team working and collaboration. You can promote discussions or debates so that they can exchange their ideas and experiences. Set up study groups for peer learning. Allocate a small proportion of grades for peer assessment and train students in the process and criteria. You can show students models of good practice in essay writing and project work. Be aware of your own role as a model of the way things are done. Be explicit about your professional values and the ethical dimensions of your subject. So, all the best with your constructivism classroom. Thank you.